Two local filmmakers are now showcasing the positive impacts of sustainable farming practices here in Tippecanoe County and also the surrounding areas. Their documentary is on tour across the state, and next week it will actually be featured over in Benton County. News 18's Cameron DeBlasio spoke with the documentary's director to learn more about the film and also the message behind it. So Cameron, we were talking before the show about just how cool this is, and what's even cooler is the fact that it really sounds like it started as a passion project for those guys.
Yeah, it's very cool indeed, Marley, and it was a passion project for Johnny Clemmy and Ben Massey that eventually caught the eye of an Indianapolis nonprofit. Indiana Humanities selected the documentary to be one of 6 feature films on a 9-city tour across the state. It's a story about the Big Pine watershed, which covers parts of 4 local counties. Nearly half of Benton County is in it, which is why the people involved with the film say next week's premiere at the Fowler Theatre is a can't-miss event.
It's a story of our rural community coming together for the greater good of preserving our natural resources.
Now, the story of the Big Pine Creek watershed is on display for the whole state. The watershed, which covers over 209,000 acres of land across parts of Benton, Warren, White, and Tippecanoe counties, drains into the Wabash River and eventually the Gulf of Mexico. Local farmers have been working for more than 5 years to limit the level of hazardous runoff that flows from their land into the waterways. Director Johnny Clemmy says his documentary, Land Values, highlights the impact those farming practices are having in this region.
And this story is really a reflection of those efforts that have been ongoing for years on these family farms, as well as the next generation that's coming in and being a part of our community.
Leslie Fisher has worked with more than 100 of those farmers as the watershed's coordinator. She says their efforts are leading to big results.
In the past 5 years, we've been able to prevent an estimated 145,000 pounds of nitrogen from entering the water due to different conservation practices such as cover crops being placed on the land from the efforts of our farmers.
Those 30,000 acres of cover crops have also prevented more than 110,000 tons of sediment runoff. Fisher says this project can be a model for other watersheds across the country.
This entire Big Pine Creek watershed project was really created as a pilot of trialing working with different interesting partnerships such as Land O'Lakes and Ceres is a local farm co-op, and they've invested a lot of time and money in this.
Clemmy and his team have also invested time and money into documenting the project. The Benton County native and Warren County resident says he's honored to tell this story.
I'm really proud to be a part of a community that both champions this rural way of life and thinks long-term about what's best for the next generation.
Now, the Land Values documentary will premiere at the Fowler Theatre on Tuesday, April 19th. The screening begins at 6, followed by a filmmaker Q&A at 6:30. Now, the event is free and open to the public, but advanced registration is required, and you can find information about how to register and also see the full Land Values trailer on our website, WLFI.com. Reporting in studio this morning, Cameron DeBlasio, News 18.